Hiya, it's time to go and talk to the Phamysht. Just got to fire at will for now, and we're going to communicate with there. I suppose it'd be easier to just feed them one of my crew members, but that wouldn't be ethical, would it? I mean, quite frankly, I would happily eat my crew, but the game doesn't allow me this kind of happiness. Yeah. Don't try and talk to me.
Oh, goodness.
Here we are.
Guests. Everyone gather, gather. We have unannounced guests.
We come in peace.
Terrific news. Such a fine thing to come in peace. On behalf of the Order of Famished Lords, I welcome you. Please, treasured guests, make yourselves at home. But what is it that brings you here?
Seeking allies and assistance to fight the Scryve.
Oh, how delightful! It's good to see other aliens rushing to cast off the shackles that bind them. And you've, of course, heard of our own little dust-up with the Scryve and thought you might join your adorable forces with ours. But I'm afraid the answer is no, kitten. Officially, my people are very skeptical of your race.
We're skeptical of you too.
You're a diplomatic little cherub, aren't you? There's a problem, though. We have heard of you, human. News of your emergence on the scene has already reached us. But no one saw you coming. The Tywom kept you hidden, we suppose. The sweaty little eggplants. These are troubling times, Woodpecker. We must be wary of everyone. Of our enemies, certainly, but even more so of our friends. Unknown species are very worrying. It's always the ones you don't see coming which are the most dangerous.
It is true. These guys are smart. We are very dangerous.
Wow. You certainly are, Tiger. But please bear no offense. In person, I can see that you are delightful. But unfortunately, the opinion of one lone Phamysht will not be enough to sway the Order of Famished Lords. I'm afraid we will not be able to cooperate with your kind at all. Now then, is there anything else, Gumdrop?
Tell us about yourselves.
Us? Oh, we're dreadfully boring pudding. We're far more interested in what you're like. But, for the sake of conversation, we'll gracefully speak about ourselves for a moment. What would you like to know?
So you like eating people, huh?
Oh dear, not the talk. You aliens always have such dreadful hang-ups about this. But very well. What do you want to know?
Do you just eat aliens, or do you eat yourselves too?
Both, darling. We ate Phamysht for many centuries before reaching the stars. But now, yes, we've expanded our diet a bit. We'd be foolish not to. So many delightful.
So they're not hypocrites.
Out there.
Medical aristocrats.
There were, for a time, but hunger always finds a way. And we don't eat people that often. Cannibalism has always been reserved for special occasions, celebrations, birthdays, weddings.
Don't you feel anything for the people you eat?
They often volunteer, Muffin.
Oh, okay.
And why wouldn't they? They're the center of attention.
I'm starting to understand
For the
it.
past century or so, our special dinner guests have been dosed with pain relievers and mood stabilizers. Most report the experience to be quite pleasurable. The insight they have to offer is fascinating.
Okay. They're conscious during all of this?
Killing them first would be savage.
Okay.
We're not, no. We eat other animals, plants and such, grains even. Some famished, and it's really rather embarrassing to admit it, actually prefer to only eat animals.
Ugh.
Though sadly, we've gotten bored of the flavor of most of the sentient and sub-sentient species around here.
What other aliens do you eat?
Our diet's been a little restricted lately, thanks to this silly dust-up with the Scryve, who taste quite bitter, if you're curious.
They act quite bitter.
But yes, we've sampled most of the sentient life in this galaxy. Why, just the other month, some Tywom flew by.
Huh, we've considered eating the Taiwan too.
They seem quite timid, to be honest. They don't travel in our direction that often. Possibly because no ship they've sent this way has ever returned. Dreadful dining companions, of course. Rubbery texture, awful conversationalists.
I'm sure they'd enjoy
They
it.
do have some potential as a soup base, though. Certainly, Rutabaga. What would you like to know?
What do you know about the Scryve?
Our former masters? A tiresome topic. About 300 years ago, we were just taking our first halting steps into the stars, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a Scryve cruiser appeared in orbit around our home. It told us that we could be vassals of their great empire, or, if we preferred, annihilated. We loathed being annihilated, so chose the path of a vassal.
What's your role as a vessel?
The Scryve said many kind things about our artistic flair and eye for design. Our cultural works were quite popular on their homeworld for a time. But Scryve civilians are quite fickle. They care little for the stars rotating above their heads, so long as those stars regularly deliver new amusements. They haven't had much use for our art for a few decades now. Also, they took exception to our dining habits, which we had to begin concealing from them.
You didn't eat one of the Scryve, did you?
I won't say it didn't happen, Flower. But in all honesty, the Scryve make awful dinner guests. And it's not just the taste. They're incredibly boring, horribly full of themselves, the Scryve. Not without cause, I suppose. Their art is incredible, their food rich and savory, their style of dress grand. There is much to admire about the Scryve, and no one knows it better than them.
They were former masters.
Yes, we have finally decided to cast off the yoke of the Empire. It always weighed dreadfully around our necks. And we are not alone. All right-thinking aliens have rebelled against the Scryve, which, sadly, isn't many of them. But the Pinty have, I'm told, as have others.
So the Pinty were rebelling as well.
Yes, a very troubling species. A sentient bioweapon. Great heaping masses of sludge filled with viruses. We wouldn't know where to begin with them, meal-wise. You'd do well to stay away from them. They have obliterated entire races more times than they can count. If you need an example, there's a world near here, in the Zeta Shiphios system. Some poor fools there were slain by the Pinthi. Thousands of years ago now, but you can still see some of the staining.
Right, well, let's see what else.
Certainly, Sweet Loaf. What would you like to know?
That's enough questions for now.
Is there anything else, kitten?
We'll be going.
I'm afraid not, Turnip. And please don't beg, Lemon. If you absolutely must depart in an undevoured state, I suppose you could offer us a gift. One of your crew members might do.
Let's see.
Would it be one of your juicier crew? No, I shouldn't get greedy. Send whomever you wish. Humans are all new to us, so I'm sure they will all taste delightful. Oh. Oh my.
What have I
Don't
done?
tremble, my pet. You will enjoy this experience almost as much as we do. You're free to go, humans. Don't be strangers. Ooh, what can we do for you today, human? Of course. Before, in the interest of furthering positive relations between our Ujuba, who will also be devoured. Human, how cruel. Right, the operational security and all.
Right.
Huh?
Okay, so I've given one crew member out. I'm sure that that's going to have repercussions. I actually lose more crew from fighting these blooming things than I do. I wish... Why can't we just send the Tywom out? Right. Whereabouts am I anyway? These guys are similar to the Zopfop pig, apart from they've got the ink clouds which they use. Smeg. I mean, the Gatling laser is a great weapon. going to use the battle cruiser because why not? Well, that worked. Well, that was dreadful.
Welcome back.
Right, and we're going to go to Beta Ziphios now. Let's find out what's here. Looks like the happening system, so here we go.